Oh man, something was living in here. Luckily, I brought my light. So I'm going in there. So I've been to Bamahenge in Alabama, I've been to Foamhenge, I've even been to the real Stonehenge, but I've never been to Carhenge here in beautiful Nebraska. So this is a first, and it's very, very cool. So this place was built by a man named Jim Reinders in 1987. This was his dream. This was his vision. He actually lived in England for a while, and he was able to study Stonehenge. So when he built his Carhenge, it's roughly the same measurements, same exact dimensions. In fact, interestingly enough, I think on the website there's actually a comparison, bird's eye view comparison of the real Stonehenge and Carhenge, and it's pretty dead on. So another thing that you'll see here is there's no graffiti. Everything is a solid gray, just like the stones in the real Stonehenge. And Carhenge is built from American cars. It looks like mostly from the 50s and the 60s, but there's everything up here. Buicks, Chevys, there's even trucks, even a Cadillac. And I think this is this a Gremlin? I think this is a Gremlin up here. That is awesome. And the funny thing is, it's filled with pigeons. There's pigeons everywhere. This is a home to many, many pigeons. They live inside the cars, up inside the cars. Now typically what's done is sheet metal is riveted on or screwed on so you can't break the glass and you can't get inside. But for some reason, once in a while, there's little openings and you can see down inside. So I brought this light here to show you actually inside the cars, to show you that they are actual cars. The interiors weren't gutted or anything. They were buried whole. And I'll show you that because you can see inside some of these things. All right, so check this one out. This one has a hole randomly cut. And look in here, you can actually see the interior of this car. This was a whole car. How interesting is that? So typically the cars sitting across on top are welded on by these brackets. There's a lot of welded brackets up here. You can see that. So it's very, very safe. And it looks awesome. Yeah, it looks like the ones that are on top that sit across don't have the engines, but all the ones sitting vertical that are in the ground, they still have their engines. Everything is exactly the same. Everything is intact. So in addition to the regular Carhenge, up on the hill here are two time capsules, actually called time carcels, and they're right here. This one was buried in 03 and not to be taken out until 2053. And then this is the other one. 2004, and not to be unearthed until 2044. And as you can see, this one has a little bit of erosion going on down there. They're gonna have to maybe fill that in. All right, so I'm gonna get back in the car and try to find a place somewhere in Alliance, Nebraska. I can get some breakfast and get on the road. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, so this is a new one for me. I'm in very rural Wyoming here. I mean, there's nothing around. taking a dirt road that I believe is 20 miles. So where this road leads is the Killpecker Sand Dunes. You need a 4-wheel drive truck. It's suggested. I don't know if you want to take your nice Honda Civic or whatever down these nasty dirt roads, and who knows what kind of conditions will be down the road from here, but I'm taking the truck. Tell you, this better be good because this is a nasty road. All right, made it to the Petroglyph site. I don't know how far this is, but no motor vehicles beyond this point. It is definitely in the middle of nowhere, but it's beautiful. All right, coming up to these things. I have no idea what to expect. Wow, look at this. Look at these rocks and look at the inscriptions. Ancient inscriptions in this sandstone. This is incredible. Look at this, the face and the body. That is so awesome. Looks like an Indian that has like a feather head. What do they call those things? The feathers on them? I don't know. Found some more. Look at that. Some like an animal. Looks like a fish animal or something. This is ancient graffiti. This is before they used to spray paint on trains and walls. Look at this. The animal. Here's the body. Can you see that? The body with the legs. That is so awesome. It is. This looks like an arrow with arrow points at the tip. Must have been a hunter or something here too. And then this is him. The legs, the arms, and the hat or head. The wind is eroding this and making caverns, and that's how these are created, from the wind constantly blowing on it thousands of years, making these interesting little mini caves, mini holes. Are these bones? What? Oh man, something was living in here. That is weird. Oh wow, look at this. Check this cave out. Luckily, I brought my light, so I'm going in there. Okay, we're going in this cave. Oh, it's pretty narrow. Look at all the black marks from the having fires in here. I don't know if ancient people used to have fires in here or if they lived in here, but it would be a good idea. Oh, it's dusty. Pretty cool though. I don't see any carvings in here at all. Goes back far. Bunch of mosquitoes back in here. It smells like a fire. Mosquitoes. Truly amazing location here. All right, I'm getting back in the truck. It's probably another 5 miles up the dirt road to the next really cool place. This is a Wyoming roadblock right here. How funny is this? Excuse me, guys. All right, we're starting to come into the sand now. You can see the sand way off in the distance. I I just had to put it into 4-wheel drive because she was starting to get a little stuck. It's getting a little sandy. This road is insane. Man, I gotta floor it. Oh man, that was a little scary. Even in 4-wheel drive, I almost got stuck in that. Jeez. The sand is no joke. There's huge sand dunes over there. I guess this is the dead end. This is the end of the line. It goes right into the sand up here, and there's no way I'm driving up there. So I'm gonna back down to this. I guess there's a parking spot or an area to park down here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous about getting out of here though. That was a little dicey getting in here. That was, tires were spinning. Granted, I was going uphill a little bit, so when I leave, I'll be going downhill, but that was a little dicey. There's a couple guys here with some trucks, so I'm gonna probably just make a quick visit while they're still here. So hopefully they can, if I get stuck, they can help me, hopefully. But this is it. I mean, check this out. All the cows are staring at me. They don't know what to make of me. That's so funny. No sign of any wild horses, but I don't know if I'm in the right spot. And to be honest with you, it's uncomfortable driving around here when you get into the sand, because if you get stuck out here, man, I don't even know what that would cost or what I would even do. So I'm gonna try to probably get out of here now before it gets dark and I end up spending the night here in the desert. And that'd be weird. Look at that. Great, thank you. Very cool. So I ran into somebody who had a 4-wheeler. He let me take it, so I'm taking it up to the sand dunes. How amazing is this? So random. Nice guy. This is awesome. I haven't been on one of these in a long time. Well, that was completely random and amazing. What a nice guy. All right, fun's over. Now I have to try to make it through here again. This is the area that I need to try to get through, right where he just passed over. It's like a sand pit. So hopefully I won't have a problem with this thing. All right, here we go. Man, I hope I make it out of here. This is gonna be dicey. All right, I'm just gonna floor it. Hope I don't skid off the road here and get stuck. This area is a little dangerous here. Oh man, that was the worst bump I think I've ever taken on this thing. But I made it. I'm sure everything in the camper just went flying. That makes me feel better. Now I have about 15 to 20 miles. I don't even know how far it is back out to the road. But that was a heck of an experience.
Turn left on North Highway 191.
And finally, we've made it to pavement again in one piece. Man, it is good to see pavement. I have found my destination, the truck wash. So normally I wouldn't be washing my truck much because it's just gonna get dirty anyway, but they were spraying this magnesium chloride stuff. I think it was magnesium chloride all over the dirt road, which is why it's so muddy. I don't know what this stuff is, but it's all over the place, all on the underside. Look at this. All in there. Look up in there, up in the camper. It's gross. So, look how thick this is. That's insane. Massive thick mud. All right, that's good enough. Still kind of dirty, but I got most of that mud off. That was insane how packed it was, how thick that mud was. So good to go. On to Salt Lake City now.